SwiftData just made data persistence easier. Here's how to use it with a HStack to build a real SwiftUI application. So this is the application we'll be creating. As you can see, it's within a HStack. It enables the user to add toppings that they want for their burger. For example, you can add bacon, lettuce, and as you can see, as I add each topping, the rolling total gets incremented. You can add a pickle, or if you want to, you can also delete the toppings that you added. So if I delete a pickle, the actual running total will be reduced. As you can see, it was reduced, and the application also allows the user to sort on low to high. So it will sort the toppings on the cheapest toppings first. So lettuce is at the top, which is 20 pence, or you can sort on the highest topping. You can also sort by name, which will be in alphabetical order. We can also search for the toppings that we want. If I type in bacon, it filters and narrows the topping to bacon, or if I type in B, or let's try another one, if I type in O, it displays all the toppings that includes the letter O, and that includes bacon, mushroom, tomatoes. We can also add a random topping by clicking on the plus button. And then all of this information is stored in SwiftData and retrieved from SwiftData. Don't forget to subscribe for more Swift and SwiftUI tutorials. So today we'll be continuing with where we left off last week. The next thing we need to do is to add our topping name to our HStack. So at the moment, what we've done, we've added the emoji, for example bacon, and the topping name, which is bacon. The next thing we need to do is to add the price of the topping. So we apply line limits and assign it to a pass 1, and that makes sure that there's no wrapping, avoids any wrapping on the name. So the name will just be on one line. The previews, they take such a long time to update. Font, body. The next thing we do, we just add our price for the topping. Topping.price. Specifier. So the price will be in 2 decimal places. Monospace digit. And then frame min width. Price min width. Alignment dot trailing. Let's see if the previews will work. So the next thing we need to do is to create another HStack, spacing 12. The HStack includes a button, and we also need to create another method called toggle selection. So let's just create that anywhere after lines 117. So that would be private func toggle selection that accepts a topping object if selected dot contains topping dot UID. Selected dot remove topping dot UID. So if the topping already exists, then don't add it again. Else, if it doesn't exist, then add that topping to the array. It should be UUID. So now we have to navigate back to our toggle selection function where it's being called, and then we need to pass in the topping. For our button, we need to include a label that will include our caption, but for the actual caption, we're going to use a system name, and the system name will be selected contains topping.uuid. So what that does, if there's a topping, then it will use the following system name, which is checkmark.circle.fill. Else, if there's no topping, then it will be plus and that should be there, and then the question mark. what is it here? Plus dot circle. I think there's a format issue. So that should be toppings.uuid. I missed out a bracket there. Then it should be plus dot circle. No, it's there already, isn't it? So it should be let me see if I can fix that offline. So what it should be, just let me delete that and do it again. Should be question mark, check mark as the system image to use, dot fill, and colon, and then it should be plus dot circle. And then we just close it with a bracket. And for the button, we need to include a borderless style. So we just type in dot button style dot borderless. The next thing we need to do is to enable the user to delete an item from SwiftData, so they can delete one of the toppings from SwiftData. So we need to add another button for the delete functionality. So I just get that code from the clipboard so I don't have to type it in. So we can add that button anywhere. What's happening with this? We can add it anywhere after lines 112. So what we've done there, we have added the delete button to enable the user to delete a topping from core data. From SwiftData. And for the image name, we're just using trash.fill. So if the preview works, this is what it should look like. Let me build it again. Seems like I need another bracket somewhere. Or maybe I've got too many brackets. Let me build it again. Now let's see if the preview works. Oh, the preview's not working at the moment. But anyway, it should resemble this. So the next thing we need to do is to add a frame width, action, column width, alignment, dot trailing. And the purpose of doing that is to reduce any layout shifting. And I said in the previous tutorial, if we add or delete a record from the HStack, it won't jump, it'll just be static and fixed in the correct location. So what else do we need now? So we need to add some padding, some vertical padding after lines 124, padding dot vertical 6. And we also need to include some visual feedback for the selection. So we use a background and then we type in selected dot contains copying UUID, and it should be copying UUID. Don't know what's wrong with this. Seems like I have to stop the video. Oh, let me see if I can pause it to fix the issue. Let's see if that works. So, just going to copy and paste what's on the clipboard. Do that part again. So what we've done there, we're using a background, and then it gets the selected topping from the array, and then depending on the selection, it will make the background a green color with a opacity of 0.10. If nothing's selected, then the color will be clear for that row. So let me compile it again. So in the next tutorial, we will continue to implement more of the features that's needed for the application.